allow yourself to repair. Allow yourself to heal, relax, and literally just heal itself. So many months out of the year, we are grinding. So many weeks out of the year, we are hustling. We're hustling to the next step, to the next goal, to the next journey. But what does that leave us? Most likely very empty. Most likely very dull. And I think when it comes down to it, is you have to give yourself time to recover, to repair itself, to literally heal from all the things that you have been going through. Because I do not know how familiar you are with elite athletes, with pro athletes, with the top of the tier physical athletes. But in swimming, most do a lot. Like most will do doubles, as in a practice in the evening and a practice in the morning, and sometimes a lift, somewhere in between. And that is probably about 6 hours of intense training. And the thing that they always prioritize is resting, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. And I didn't buy into it until last year, which is super bad, but better late than never. Because no matter how hard you're working, no matter how hard you're tearing your muscles, you're eating the right things, you're building it up, you have to repair. You have to rest, you have to sleep, you have to fuel your body, you have to literally repair. And the same principle goes for any human being going through years and years of stressful things. Because that stress is a stress on your body, just as elite athletes have in the weight room, within the training, whatever X sport that they do. The same theory, principle, law applies to you and I. Non-athlete or elite athletes. Because how can you fill up your cup? No. How can you pour out of your cup to the best of your ability? How can you give it your all? How can you give your 110% when you need to? When you're empty, when you have nothing, when you are depleted, running on empty and fumes and nothing. You can't. And when you try to, you mentally can't, you physically can't, you emotionally can't. All the lees, you can't. Because you have nothing left. And when you step back, when you take yourself out of the game, out of the sport, out of the meet, out of everything, you realize that you need to rest. You realize you need to repair yourself because you're overdoing it, you're overtraining, you're overcommitting, and you can't show up as your best version. Yes, do not get me wrong. Show up when you need to show up, even if it's only giving 50%. You're showing up and being consistent. Do not get me wrong. Don't get those things twisted. But when you know that you're running low and empty and you have nothing left to give, and yet you still show up, ask yourself, am I showing up because I want to? Or am I showing up because I feel like I have to? And I really want to say no. And if it's this one that you really want to say no, then say no. Because let your yeses mean yes and your no's mean no, and your half yeses mean no. Truly. Genuinely. Because do not overcommit yourself to an opportunity that seems shiny when it wasn't something, and that isn't something that you necessarily want. Because you're just draining yourself dry. And to cut this really short, I'm just trying to get to you that you can't always be something when you have nothing underneath. I was really just like in a big old stress ball of so many things I have to do, all this stuff, and then when I'm finally home now, after traveling and being at my internship for the past 10 weeks, and then going to fly out for a week, I'm home. And I'm like absolutely going mental right now because I'm not doing anything. But I realized I have to recover. I legit have to recover. And it's driving me bonkers because I want to be doing things and I'm going crazy. But I felt this feeling before. I felt this feeling of being jittery, being like stir crazy. And it's okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I know this is simply just my body's way of healing. That all that extra energy that I would usually be dispersing is simply just remaining in me and healing, if that makes any sense. Because all of last week, I did not go to the gym. Because I just hung out with them, hung out with their family, and I was like, hey, fully present. And a little bit before that, I noticed that my knee was hurting. And what really clicked with me was, I thought, it's fine if I don't work out. I'm still active, I'm still walking around, I'm still hiking. I'm gonna post that video. And still being active in that way. And my knee is a lot better because I was definitely overtraining. I was definitely overdoing really, really badly. Even though I have the cardio endurance, even though I have that, my ligaments do not necessarily have that. My joints do not necessarily have that. And it really taught me to slow down, even though I hate to slow down. I really do not like slowing down. But it's like, I know, I laugh because I'm nervous. I know the next school year, this school year is going to be a crazy one. It's going to be very crazy. From school to my club, to trying to be me, to hang out with friends, trying to make plans and still stay sane and do swim season, like crazy. And I think I'm just trying to take this time, this moment, these moments of peace to just chill. To simply say no and yes to the things that I do and do not want. Because I think at times we see shiny things and we want to do everything. But when we want to do everything, we can't fully be present, I feel like. Because you're not always there. Because your mind is having you travel so many different places. Like, I say this because I am that person that is somewhere in my head because I'm thinking about the future. Because I'm literally always thinking about the future. And I'm like, Emma, you gotta chill. You gotta chill just a little bit. Just a little. So, long story short, let this time, let a moment be your rest, your recovery. Like, you're not gonna die if you don't go to the gym for a month, or if you don't go to the gym for like a week or 2 weeks. And you just gotta chill. Maybe you're sick, maybe you're feeling under the weather, maybe you just want to reset. It's up to you. But allow yourself that time. Because I think there's a lot of things that we need to heal within ourselves that are deeper than physically, that are deeper than mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Like, I think so often we get physical signs first and we brush them off and we're like, it's fine. Like, it's aight. But it's a sign that your body's telling you, I'm not okay. I'm being overworked. I'm being overtrained. I'm left on empty, is what it's saying. Because we think that overdoing something without recovering, we're gonna get better. Maybe, yes, you might be able to like pull off a lift. Maybe you might be able to pull off a good meet. Maybe you might be able to get a project done. But you can't do that over and over and over again, sustainably, without losing a part of yourself, whether that's your long-term health, whether that's your long-term sanity, whether that's a friendship, whether that's blank. Because every yes has a no in return. And every no has a consequence. And every yes has a consequence, and every single thing that you choose and choose not to do has a consequence. But which one are you more okay with? Which one are you less resistant to? And when you can sleep and recover, that answer gets a lot easier to showing you what you actually want, what you are truly passionate about, and what you actually really want in life. So repair yourself, heal yourself, give yourself the grace to do so. Food for thought.